Okay, hi and hello. This is how to set up your form-based uh, automation in HighLevel AI agent, and you start here, so you'll default to here. So we're going to do a conversation AI bot, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this one for now, and now we're going to edit it. So it's off. Auto suggestive gives to you what it is suggesting, the AI thinks you should say, and then gives you a chance to edit it. Autopilot just automatically develops something to say and then sends it back. You can turn it on or off for as many different channels as you want, and you can configure a different bot for different channels. So in my case, I get most of the things I get on Instagram are people trying to sell me 10,000 Instagram followers, and no one needs that 10,000 Instagram followers. So I might have a different Baldy bot Instagram that the main thing it's looking for is that offer, and waves off, says thanks but no thanks. Or my default appointment based Baldy bot is on for all those channels. Wait time, so 2 seconds is going to be fairly short. It's probably going to be typing faster than if someone sends a message and then decides to send a follow-up, it will respond so quickly that it's not going to get there, that it's not going to see the second message before it sends its first message. These are not the defaults. I think the default is 25 messages. I think it should be shorter because I don't want it to just continue the conversation indefinitely, but you might leave it at the default. Send the bot to sleep. Again, this is not the default amount. Whether you want it to just go to sleep for 24 hours or whether you want it to go to sleep for a shorter amount of time is up to you when you intervene in the conversation. So the point here is once you've intervened in the conversation, what you do want the bot to do is not interject itself in the middle of while you're trying to make a point. And once we save this, so I haven't made any changes, so doesn't want me to save. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to our bot training status. We can create a new knowledge base, and we allow to use up to 7 knowledge bases. So we can set the conditions under which it responds. And then these are all of the questions that I have in conversations tab. I've gotten a message that came in, and I've told it something different in what I wanted to say. So I edited how I wanted it to respond to a picture like a message like this. Now this one, it's kind of it's not going to ever have a conversation like that, but it's not going to have a message that comes in that format necessarily. But I'm teaching it that when someone says, "Can I have a appointment at this specific time?" I'm teaching it that it needs to tell them that it'll get back to me personally. Okay. So that's how the training. So this is the bot looking at so GPT is generative pre-trained transformer. So it's generating text based on transforming the words that are coming into it, and it's based on a pre-trained knowledge set. This knowledge base is the P in GPT. Okay, so brand voice, we can create a new brand voice, or we can edit our current brand voice. And this is a really simple little framework for how you tell the bot how to describe your business. So that's what that is. So bot training is the environment, the knowledge that it uses to make responses. Brand voice is without being outside of the context. So not trying to be all lighthearted, jokey, funny. If you're trying to reflect my brand, because my brand, I'm not all that funny. All right. Um, Bot goals. So the default goals are question and answer or appointment booking. So this is set up as an appointment booking bot. So that's the primary goal. Um, but specifically, there's some default questions that you can make it ask. And if you take these default questions off, it drops that. So now it's only going to require getting the email. But maybe you want the email, but you also want the city because you want to be able to disqualify people that are outside of your service area. So you can make the city an additional required data point. It doesn't have to be phrased in the terms of a question. It can be phrased in the terms of an objective or a statement. You can have one of your so like this one. Ask the user what would you like to get out of the conversation? And then it's looking for, in this case, multiple different versions, looking for this comma. So the punctuation is important here. It's each of the commas reflects different possible frameworks for how the person's going to answer. The person's not going to have to be those exact words. It's just a general concept. This is a really important value. If it's already filled, so this is it's checking the contact database. If this person already exists in the contact database, then I don't need to ask again for the person's name or the person's email. But if the city is empty, is blank in the contact database, it's going to go ask them for the city so they can fill in that information. And then if it is a booking bot, then you want to tell it which calendar it's looking at. And so it's booking a point, it's checking for availability there, and then it's booking the appointment there. And then after the conversation, what do you want after in this case, because it's an appointment booking bot, what do you want it to do next? Um, in this case, it's booking live on the calendar. This one is the option um, to just send the link and let them decide on the calendar. Um, and this option, instead of transferring to a different AI employee or a different workflow, this is the option to just have it go to sleep. And then who is supposed to receive notification um, following the conversation, or who's supposed to take over as the human being intervention uh, if the bot gets stuck. Um, and then additional instructions. So here we go. Here's the initial message and the goal core objective of the conversation. I would love to see a final sign off message here. Hey, I'm now going to thank you for all that information. I'm now going to whatever the next step is, or you can expect a call from Keith in my case. And then dashboard is how often this bot is the analytics of this bot in action. I'm Keith Bashirs. I'm the bald guy. I help small businesses with marketing theory, tactics, techniques, training, and technology, and specifically the technology of HighLevel. And this is the form-based uh, AI conversation, which works in text format. Thank you.